Okay. That being said, we're doing a Quantum Crossroads is a parallel life review. So when you have different decisions, so every decision creates a different line. So if you decided to go left down the street instead of right, there is something that's going to play out in a parallel timeline where you went right. Okay. Now, most of the time, these will disappear. They'll just kind of dissolve into nothingness because they don't have any real strength to them. Okay. But sometimes we make decisions or we do things that have a lot of emotional impact or have a lot of impact on where our life goes. So when the parallel starts, it keeps on going and it has the strength to keep living. Okay. What happens when that happens is you might feel a pull, excuse me, even though you know that that job was the best job you could have taken, there's something in you that says, well, what if I hadn't have taken that job? What if I had decided to go to California instead of take this job? And because there's an aspect of you that is living in California because they didn't take that job. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Mhm.
So it in this time period, in this world that we're in right now, all of our timelines have to converge into one so that we come into the energetic state that we can raise our frequency to move into a different density, a different dimension. So this is the time period when things are starting to come forward to be released, to be dissolved, to be integrated. You might find that you've been over something that you were really angry with and you've been over it and you forgave it and you've had no thoughts of it for 20 years and all of a sudden you're sitting there thinking about it. That's because it's coming to the point where it has to be reviewed so it either can be dissolved, integrated, or moved aside and moved out so that it no longer bothers you, it no longer affects you. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. So I use myself as the catalyst. There was a time in my life where I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know where I was going. And I made a snap decision. My mother called me. I was in Florida visiting some friends. My mother called me and said she found a trip that I might like going to Australia. Now, I had always said I wanted to go to Australia. So she sent me all the information on this trip, which was wicked expensive, and there was no way I could do it. But she said, just look at it and see, what you like about it. So I looked at it and I said, there's no way I can do this. It's a great trip, but I can't do this. So I kind of ignored it for a little while. And something just told me, okay, let's figure this out. And about 6 months later, I had figured out, I maneuvered, I borrowed, I went to work, little jobs here and there, big jobs, anything I could find, and I got myself the money to go to Australia. And I left. And I went and lived in Australia. Okay. I didn't do a trip. I literally went and lived there. So, so I just said, okay, I'm going. But there was a part of me that thought, well, I should just stay and I should continue doing this job. And at that point, I was teaching special ed. And, the kids are counting on me. I should stay in this job. I should do this. So that stayed with me for a very long time where I thought about those kids. And I thought about me leaving them. And I thought about how bad I was to them because I chose to go to Australia. Okay. It took a long time for me to look at that timeline, which had me teaching. And by the time I was 30, I was so burned out, I was going to be, nothing, no good to anybody. because that wasn't the path that I was supposed to take. But it was still alive somewhere. So until I looked at it and dissolved it, it held presence for me. Does that make sense? So this isn't anything bad. It's not like you're going to look at something that says, oh, I made the wrong decision, because no decision is ever a wrong decision. And that's one thing that we always have to remember. There is never, ever a wrong decision. It's just a different decision in that time period. And when you decide you have more information, you make another decision, and you may end up back on that one timeline that's still sitting there waiting for you. But if you don't go back to that timeline, you got to get rid of it because it's pulling you. That's what we're going to do tonight. Okay?
Mm.
I see a confusion.
Mm.
No?
No, I'm just pondering what space in my life would fit that. I know you had a question like that on your
Mm-hmm.
post, and I thought about it. So I was just pondering what there were so many turning points for me that I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where it takes me.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a point, and your subconscious is going to take you to that point. Okay? If you don't want to go, you can pull back and stop at any time. Okay? If it gets overwhelming, you can close everything down and wait and then move forward in a different way. You got to keep in contact with your subconscious mind as we do this. Okay? This isn't a push. This isn't a, oh my God, I have to get rid of this. This is a let's look at it and see what it is. And then we're going to give you an opportunity to choose which timeline you want to step into. And you
Would
may
it be
choose that other one.
would
Yeah,
it be would it be only something that I made a decision and had control of, or just something that happened in my life that I might wish had have been different?
you're thinking with your conscious mind.
I know.
That subconscious is what's going to tell you what it is,
Hmm. Okay.
because your conscious mind is going, okay, I made this decision. I made this decision. I did
Hmm.
this. I did this.
Okay.
But the subconscious says, okay, this is what is hanging on right now. This is where this parallel is.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Deja vu sometimes is a parallel life.
Mhm.
Okay. Thinking that you know somebody that you've never met before, you may have met them in that parallel. So that's, all of these things can happen. Now, if you choose to walk into the parallel and release this particular timeline, it doesn't mean that everything in this timeline is going to go poof and you're not going to have anything that you've ever had. What's going to shift is the way that you look at things, the way you feel about things. All right? Does that make sense? And then it's going to start working you towards that timeline that you chose. Does that
Hmm.
make sense?
Hmm. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So don't don't push. Okay. Just let whatever comes come. Don't judge it, because it may be something so small that you sit there and think, oh my gosh, I did one of these one time, and my uncle, when I was about maybe 6 years old, called me stupid at Christmas Eve dinner. And that was one of the things that I had to, that little statement affected the way that I looked at people for 30 years.
Wow.
So it can be something And honestly, he didn't mean it. It was his sarcastic way of talking. But I, as a 6-year-old, took it for truth. So when I dissolved that timeline and I dissolved that person who was living feeling stupid no matter what they did, and let me tell you, after that happened in my life, I was in Girl Scouts and I remember breaking down because I thought I was so stupid I couldn't figure out how to wash my cup. When I was in high school, I couldn't find my first class, my first period class, and I thought I was too stupid to go to high school. Little things like that. So it can be really small or it can be humongous. Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Mhm.
Has everyone gone to the restroom? All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to get yourself comfortable in a place where you can fully relax and breathe. Okay. I don't want you to have to worry about whether or not you're going to fall backwards or fall sideways, because I want you to truly relax into this so that when you come to that crossroad, you can easily come to your decision. Okay. Everybody comfortable? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is take a nice deep breath and exhale. Let's do another one. Nice deep breath and exhale. And let's do one more. Deep breath in. Let's clear the day and breathe it out. All that you've seen, all that you've done today, just let it float away. Float out on that breath. And just let yourself relax into the space, into your space, your comfort, your timeline. Each inhale draws in the presence of this line, and each exhale releases the effort, the story, the expectation. You freely move, freely relax, freely breathe. Feel the chair beneath you, supportive, steady, completely held in this moment. You are safe. This is your presence, your space. Feel the weight of your body as you fully begin the release. Your shoulders dropping, feeling warm and relaxed. Your arms heavy, still. Your hands resting, releasing. They feel comfortable. Let your hands fall open. You don't have to hold on. You're floating in. As your hands begin to open, you feel your body automatically beginning to relax and release. As your chest opens with each breath you take, easy and calm. Your belly relaxes, releases all that tension you've held within, breathing it out. Your legs are heavy, quiet, relaxed. You're floating. No need for them. Just floating through this time, floating through this space, easily floating, drifting, drifting. Let every place that you've been holding, let it release. Release now. Drifting deeper and deeper. Every place you've been bracing, release. Release now. Every place you've been carrying that weight, release. Release now. You're safe. You're held. You are home. Your space, your time is now. Imagine yourself floating, weightless, suspended in a field of light as you drift deeper and deeper. You aren't moving forward. You aren't moving back. You just are, right here, right now, in this presence, in this you, drifting deeper and deeper. The air here glows like the early morning mist, soft, radiant. This is a sacred threshold, the space between time where the soul remembers, drifting deeper and deeper. And as you breathe, you begin to move in, moving inward. This isn't downward. This is deeper and deeper into yourself, into your center, into that place, that space within, that luminous space where the timelines unfold. Let the breath carry you there. Deep breath in. Inward you go, releasing, relaxing. See all that light around you, drifting deeper and deeper. I'm going to count from 10 down to 1, and with each number, you drift deeper into this stillness, further into alignment, deeper and deeper into the truth that has always lived inside you. Deeper, further, light surrounding you, safe and secure in your now, floating. 10, the light surrounds you. 9, the thought quiets. 8, the breath flows with ease. 7, layers of identity releases. 6, awareness expands gently, easily. 5, your soul's rhythm becomes clear. 4, the timelines shimmer in front of you. 3, the heart leads the way. 2, feel the pull of possibility. And 1, arrive at that crossroads. Deep breath in. Let it arrive fully and completely. And allow yourself to drift even deeper, 10 times deeper than you are right now. Deeper into this crossroads. Breathing deeper, settling deeper into the luminous center where your soul already knows the way. Deeper and deeper. Feel the stillness here. It's ancient. It's always been yours. This is your sacred space. Your higher self has held this open, and she's been waiting for you. And you've arrived safely. Feel the energy of this space. Let it envelop you. She's here with you. Feel this space. You're now standing at the center of the crossroads. And before you rises a single ancient archway glowing with soft, radiant energy. This is the gate of knowing. Your higher self has brought you here, to this gate, to this space. Its frame may appear as a stone or maybe a crystal. Maybe it's a vine or a flame. It's something that's familiar to your soul. It's something you understand and you know. Let yourself drift as the structure becomes seen, felt, heard. The structure is beyond time. It's holding your frequency, your remembrance. Deeper and deeper you drift into this space. This gate of knowing stands between timelines. It stands so that you may see all. It's at the entry space where it all becomes visible. And in this moment of arrival, of witnessing, of becoming the observer and the weaver, feel that energy. Feel that space. And step through the gate. You may feel an energy, a whoosh, coming past you as you enter this gate. You may hear a buzz, feel a heat, or a chill. You may smell a flower or a chocolate chip cookie. This is your gateway. As you pass beneath the arch, the field around you shifts. Timelines begin to unfurl in all directions, radiant living threads of all experience all around you. Some glimmer like stars. Some pulse gently like waves. Each one is alive with memory, with movement, and with choice. You're now standing at the heart of possibility, where timelines become form, and form becomes story. This is the space. This is the time. Now you stand within the heart of this field, where all timelines stretch like threads of light in every direction. Two lines begin to shimmer more brightly than the rest. One is a timeline you've lived up to this moment. The other, it's born of a different energy, and it lives just beside it, close in frequency, but carrying a completely different rhythm. Before you walk either path, a moment calls to you. There's a definitive break in the field, a sacred inflection point. It exists in both timelines, a shared root that bloomed into two separate futures. This moment wants to be seen. Know this as you approach it. You're not returning inside a moment. You're in a sacred whiteness. You see it. It's on a screen. You are the observer. You stand above. You stand beside. You stand below. You don't stand in. You're held in all of this light, anchored in your soul's knowing. From this protected place, you can see it clearly. You can feel its truth, receive its wisdom without being pulled into that current. Your higher self stands beside you. You're steady, safe, and seen. Let it rise for you now as a memory, a flash of insight, a knowing within your gut. Let it come forward. You may see it clearly. You may sense it as a feeling that lives within the body. Trace it to that space. Or hear it as a belief or a vow or an inner voice that you once followed. Take time, find that moment. This is the moment your soul chose to walk in two directions. Let this moment sharpen. Zoom in, come closer. Look inside. Where were you? Physically, emotionally, spiritually. Who or what was present in this moment? What was your belief at this time? What truth did you lean into? Or did you turn away from? Feel the energetic quality of that decision. There's no judgment. There's only clarity that you always make the right decision in the right time. This is the sacred fork in your journey, carved from truth, longing, or survival. As you stand in this moment, you may see both timelines begin to unfold. These aren't abstract stories. They're living branches stretching out in front of you. You now understand why. You understand what you did and what you didn't. You understand what you accepted or what you abandoned, what you feared, what you hoped. And you now have access to this. You're no longer lost in the echo of that choice. You're holding the key to it. Let this knowing settle in. You may feel a wave of recognition, maybe forgiveness, maybe peace. You've touched that root. And when you're ready, shift your awareness. Step gently into the timeline that you have lived up to this moment. Let it rise around you. Familiar terrain, people, patterns, emotions. Let your body remember how this path has felt. What gifts have you received on this path? What lessons have carved your strength? Where has your light shone? Where has it flickered? Where has it slowed? Where is it dimmed? No need to change anything, just see it. Feel it. Know it. Now see that other timeline that's right next door. And gently step across into that alternate thread. Step into that one that's split from the moment you just revealed. Let it form around you. The colors, the sounds, the textures, the energy. This path carries the same root, but it bloomed in a totally different way. How do you feel here? How does your heart move? What's possible in this version of you that may be aligned with who you are becoming. Let both timelines become clear now. These aren't fantasies, they're living choices. Take your time. What's true for you will rise in its own time, in its own space. You felt the origin. You walk the paths. You're ready to choose. Now, holding both timelines within your awareness, feel them side by side. This isn't conflict. See them for what they are: contrast, different versions of the same moment. One may feel grounded and familiar. The other may feel expansive and unknown. But both have value. Both have truth. But right now, only one is calling you. Only one carries the precise frequency of your soul's next journey, where you're going, who you're becoming. Let yourself feel into that knowing, gently, fully. Ask inwardly now, which of these paths reflects the clearest truth of who I am becoming? Which timeline carries the alignment, the energy, the resonance that serves my highest good? Which one do I choose from clarity instead of fear? And choose. No striving, no pressure. Just allow the decision to rise from your core. Allow the physical emotion to move through you as you make this decision. Nothing is held. There is no judgment in this. And allow yourself to step fully into that chosen timeline. Let it envelop you. Use all your senses. Hear it. Feel it. See it. Be it. Breathe it in. Let it move into your cells, your field, your breath. This is your path. and it is yours alone. It responds to your clarity. It moves with your intention. And now the other path, the one that no longer is yours to carry, it begins to dissolve. You may see it folding gently, or maybe unraveling into the light, or floating upward like a mist, returning to the sky. Whatever happens, trust it. It isn't a loss. It's a liberation. You're free to live your life as you choose. I want you to say silently now. Say to yourself, with deep love, I release this timeline. I return all energy to source in pure form. I am unified. I am clear. I am whole. Feel the release ripple through your spine as your cells let go of all that held them back. Feel your field around you lighten as you've released all that no longer sits in your clarity. Feel your power begin to move back each breath, bringing it in, bringing it around, surrounding you, enveloping you. Health, clarity, your decisions, easy. You've moved into a wholeness. There's nothing unfinished. There's nothing left behind. There's only one path, the path you've chosen. Strong, steady, true. And it's yours now, completely. Breathe it in. Feel the lightness moving through your body, knowing that you are free. Let the light of this path wrap around you like a golden current. Feel its ease. Feel its steadiness. Feel its joy. Take a deep breath in and use all of your senses and receive a symbol from this path, a sound, a color, a phrase, an image. This is your touchstone, your reminder. When you see it, you feel it, you know it, you hear it. You know you're walking your path. It's already yours. And now begin to rise through that sacred field, bringing with you the clarity, the unity, the direction of that chosen path. Ahead of you, the archway appears once more, and you pass through it again. You no longer are seeking. You walk through as one who walks forward aligned, free, clear, and whole. Your breath deepens. The body begins to return. You carry this timeline with you, fully integrated, fully clear. Deep breath in. You are whole. And exhale. And as I count from 1 to 5, with each number, you'll rise gently to this time, to this space, anchored, aligned, luminous, joyful. 1, breathing into your chosen path. 2, feeling harmony in your soul. 3, returning to this physical world. 4, your body reawakens, breathing deep. And 5, open your eyes and notice how good you feel.
Thank you.
Okay, so everybody feeling okay?
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Hmm.
All right.
Thank you for your time and help. It
Well,
was good
thank
to
you
see
all for
you guys.
coming tonight.
They don't know what they missed, Nancy. Those
That's
people
okay.
that
It's coming
weren't
up on it's
here.
coming up on a recording. It's not a problem. Everybody will see
Great.
it.
Everybody have a great night.
Love to
You as
all.
well.
Bye-bye.